Welcome back, Cardinals, to UIWtv. It is now 12:30 p.m., April 12. I am Brand Medina with your Cardinal News.
And I'm Nina Leyva. On March 22nd, Dr. Thomas Evans was officially inaugurated as the university's 10th president, and yesterday UIW students had the chance to talk with him at the SGA Fair. This being so, here at UIWtv, thought it would be interesting to ask him some of our own burning questions. Here's what our reporter Madison Aguiar uncovered.
First question, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good question. We have, as you said, I'm the 10th president, so there are 9 predecessors, and I think they each served in their own time and probably very different times in higher education. So it's difficult to say what would be the same and what would be different, but I think being an institution founded by the Sisters of Charity, the Incarnate Word, I'm sure that they were all very mission-driven and values-centered, and that's something that I would want to continue with them. I know that for my own style, and probably all 10 of us have different styles, I'm very intent on planning and being very intentional about what we do and also about how well we serve our students. That's a very timely question. So I think it's not only important to me, I think it's important to this entire community. So it's one of the things that I've heard since I got here is concern about it. I know in 2011 or 2012, there was a change in the policy to certain designated areas, and since then have heard from pretty vocal constituents about smoking and about their, what they think about it and how it affects them in their personal lives and in their health. And I think for all of us, we should have our students' health and safety as a major concern, and that certainly is a concern of mine. Well, it's very important that I do it, and I think for many reasons. One is, of course, in my role, I need to listen to students and hear from them and hear what's going well, hear how we can improve, and also learn of their experiences so that I am in touch with what's happening here. I think there's also a very personal element to it, which is that I really like students. So I love it when, especially walking through the Student Engagement Center, as happens very frequently, students will stop me and they'll tell me about what's going on. They might tell me about a concern. They'll tell me about something that happened that was wonderful to them, or a point of pride, or just let me know what's happening. And I love that about students. So I love being in touch with them. So it's important personally, it's important professionally. I think, of course, institutionally, it's very important for me to be in touch so that I know what is going on and know how we can improve the institution. After that, I formed a task force on diversity and inclusion, and that task force is actually meeting this week at some length to with an even larger group to discuss what to do moving forward in order to continue dialogue, to continue education. So my hope is that we would be having many more discussions. Also, I hope guest speakers and a lot of interaction surrounding the issue, and that happens in an ongoing manner, not as something that's reactive. I don't know that I would characterize the campus as either liberal or conservative. I would characterize it as one whose mission stems from the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word and as a Catholic institution. And as such, I think, of course, our values come from that, and they are consonant with our being always mindful of what we do that is in the best interest of our students and our educating them. So I'd say that what I will stand for is what is in the best interest of the institution and in educating our students. And if something gets in the way of that, I think you can count on me to be supportive of anything that helps us to be better at educating and being an even more mission-driven and value-centered institution.
Hopefully some of your questions were answered. If not, feel free to send us your thoughts or questions about the new president by sending them to our UIW's Twitter page by tweeting us at UIWtv.
And now we bring you news from here and around the world thanks to CNN News Source. Many teachers go the extra mile for students, but Tulsa teachers marched exactly 110 miles for theirs. This march started due to the state's recent passage of a bill that gave some additional funding and raises. However, they say much more is needed to replace textbooks, fund elective courses, and give a big enough salary to teachers so they don't work multiple jobs. During the 7-day march, the teachers encountered abundant acts of generosity, including free food, porta potties along the route, and free lodging. This support motivated them to finish the march at the Oklahoma State Capitol.
In Saskatchewan, Canada, a junior hockey team was on their way to the playoffs when their bus collided with a tractor-trailer, killing 15 people and injuring 14. Of those 14, 3 were critically injured. Reports confirmed that the driver of the tractor-trailer came out of the collision unharmed. The bus had carried coaches and players of the Humboldt Broncos junior hockey team. Canadian police confirmed that the accident took place around 5 p.m. on Friday, April 7th. The bus was on the north side of Tisdale, 36 miles from their playoff destination. Reports confirmed that the age range of the passengers were from 16 to 21 years old. The president tweeted about the incident, giving his respect and condolences to the families in Humboldt.
Facebook creator and famed billionaire Mark Zuckerberg has to face multiple days of questioning in a joint session meeting for his part in the leak of 87 million Facebook users' personal information. Day 1 of his hearing set a precedent for what has and is to come. Here's CNN with more on the story.
The stakes couldn't have been higher for Mark Zuckerberg Tuesday afternoon as the Facebook CEO testified before the Senate Judiciary and Commerce Committees.
We didn't take a broad enough view of our responsibility, and that was a big mistake.
Zuckerberg took personal responsibility for his company's handling of millions of users' private data.
I started Facebook, I run it, and I'm responsible for what happens here.
Facebook is under scrutiny after revelations that the data firm Cambridge Analytica improperly obtained personal data of as many as 87 million users in an alleged effort to develop ways to influence voters. The Trump campaign hired Cambridge Analytica in 2016.
I think it's pretty much impossible, I believe, to start a company in your dorm room and then grow it to be at the scale that we're at now without making some mistakes.
Zuckerberg also defended his company.
We do not sell data to advertisers.
Lawmakers were blunt with a 33-year-old billionaire.
Mr. Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
I think that may be what this is all about. Your right to privacy, the limits of your right to privacy, and how much you give away in modern America in the name of, quote, connecting people around the world.
The big question is whether companies like Facebook can and should do a better job disclosing how the data they collect is shared and how these third-party companies are funded.
Zuckerberg has already completed his second day of questioning yesterday, and we here at UIWtv can only assume that the pressure for answers on Zuckerberg will only get stronger. The trial is creating conversation around the United States' stance on net neutrality, which also has many people wondering how far is too far when it comes to ensuring the public's safety.
This has been your UIWtv News, but don't go anywhere.
Please stay tuned for your entertainment scoop.
Hey there, Cardinals, and welcome to UIWtv Entertainment, where we keep you updated on what's happening on campus and around the beautiful San Antonio area. I'm Madison Aguiar. It's finally April. The sun is out, floral print is at its peak, and flowers are in bloom. However, not only are bluebonnets blooming, but also mines. That's right. On April 5th, our very own Alejandro Tamayo went to enjoy the free screening of the film Night School in the SEC Ballroom. Let's see what she discovered.
Hi Cardinals, we're here at the Student Engagement Center at the free screening of the film Night School. Let's go and check it out. Can you tell me more about this event?
Yes, absolutely. We were very excited and honored to be able to host tonight's event of the screening and a documentary night school. And the purpose of the event was really to highlight the increased need to educate adult learners, which is a population that's often overlooked.
And what is the film about?
It looks at the lives of 3 specific adult learners in the city of Indianapolis, Indiana, and chronicles them for an entire year of their process trying to get their high school diploma. So this particular school, it's called the Excel Center, is a high school, but it's a high school at night for adult learners to go back. Rather than getting a GED, they're able to earn an actual high school diploma.
This film was great and inspiring. Thanks for watching. I'm Alejandra Tamayo, reporting for UIWtv.
Very fascinating findings, Alejandra. Thanks. At least once a month on Tuesday, UIW hosts a craft table in the SEC where all students are welcome to participate in fun activities like creating slime, making objects out of clay, and even painting mason jars. So let's go to Megan Lazaga, who is at the event.
Hey Cardinals, Megan Lazaga here for UIWtv Entertainment. It's Craft Tuesday today on campus. Let's go check out what we're making. Alrighty, I'm here with Clarissa and Kaylee who are painting some jars. What made y'all want to come out and paint today?
I just love seeing the mason jars because they're good for props, I think. I'm a photography student, and so I like to use them for models and just have flowers in them and just that kind of stuff.
Are they hard to
And
work
plus
with?
it's free.
That's awesome. And what about for you?
Convenience that it was free.
What are y'all going to use these jars for when you take them back at home?
Probably, like I was saying, for my photos, and also just a decoration in my bedroom. So.
And what about for you? Any plans for the jar?
Yeah, I have a plan. I'm actually using my simply decorated jar to put my fish Maxwell in because I learned from the bowls at 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago that we did here. Don't do that if you have a beta fish. Do not put your beta in the bowl. They will jump out.
Alrighty, cards. Today's been a fun day of crafting. I'm going to get back and finish my mason jar. I'll catch up with jar later.
I see what you did there, Megan. Thank you. Lastly, we have a fashion show coming around the corner. On Wednesday, April 18th, the UIW Fashion Department will be hosting the Cutting Edge Fashion Show in the Rosenberg Sky Room from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now, I can tell you from experience that it is a great event. If you are interested and would like to learn more about Craft Tuesdays or the Cutting Edge Fashion Show, visit our Cardinal calendar at www.uiw.edu. Now let's move on into what is breaking the internet. Not too long after dropping her new album and performing on SNL, the fabulous Cardi B announced her pregnancy. That's right. Cardi and Offset, after months of denial, have finally decided to tell the world what their next chapter will be. This news spread like wildfire, and soon fans took to purchasing and shipping baby products and accessories to Cardi's address and all that jazz. And also, just so you know, the rapper did confirm that she will indeed be having a girl. Who run the world? We do. Okay. Next, what's up, Mariah? Mariah Carey recently revealed to People magazine that she has been in denial for years about her mental health. The singer reportedly revealed her struggle with bipolar disorder and has told People that, quote, "Until I recently lived in denial and isolation and in constant fear someone would expose me. It was too heavy a burden to carry and I simply couldn't do that anymore. I sought and received treatment, I put positive people around me, and I got back to doing what I love, writing songs and making music," unquote. Honestly, we are so proud of your courage to speak about this, and we wish you the best, Mariah. Lastly, A Quiet Place. You know, the movie. Acted and directed by John Krasinski, this horror film is turning all the ones you've seen on their heads. Because for the first time, there's a film dictated by, well, silence. I definitely have to go see that movie. Hopefully, you will too. Well, Cardinals, that is all for today. Make sure to hashtag UIWTV on what you would give Cardi B as a pregnancy gift and your thoughts on A Quiet Place. Thank you for tuning in for your entertainment scoop. I'm your host, Madison Aguiar. Stay tuned for your weather report with Brittany Mireles.
Good afternoon, Cardinals. I'm meteorologist Brittany Mireles with your Cardinal weather. Now behind me, we have a live cam of these stratocumulus clouds outside. And they are seeming to break through because as we get into the rest of our day, we are going to see some of that sun. Your current temperature is 67 and we're getting a dew point at 62 because we're getting a lot of that Gulf moisture with winds coming in from the south at 10 miles per hour. There's a lot of moisture out there, but as far as your temperatures around San Antonio, over here in Eagle Pass, 66, as well as Del Rio. So all around in the mid to upper 60s. And for your forecasted highs, here at home, we're expected to have a forecasted high of 87, as well as in New Braunfels. And then as we move on to the west, we're going to see they're getting a little bit more warmer, 93 in Eagle Pass and 91 in Del Rio. Now for your future cast, you're going to see that we're getting this dry line right here. And this dry line is going to move east into our area, give us a few chances of showers on Friday morning, but I do expect there to be more showers Friday night, early Saturday morning as this cold front moves through our area. It's going to bring a lot more dry air that we do need. Now for your 7-day forecast, today's high is going to be 87. Tomorrow's high is going to be 88 with a 30% chance of thunderstorms, which I said I do expect more at night. Early Saturday morning, that's why you see that little 10% chance there. But as you get into the rest of Saturday, it's looking to be a beautiful day. You're going to have a beautiful weekend. Your Sunday is going to have a high of 76 and overnight low of 49. So you're going to have a great weekend if you're planning to go to the Poteet Strawberry Festival. It's a great weekend to go. Now for the rest of your work week, it's looking to look like a great work week next week. Highs in the lower 80s. Now that is all for your Cardinal weather. I'm meteorologist Brittany Mireles. Make sure to check us out on UIW Storm Center on Twitter.
Hey Cardinals fans, I'm Kathleen Sundin, and thanks for joining me for today's broadcast where we give you the rundown on all the latest UIW sports news. First, we have to acknowledge that the NBA basketball regular season came to an end last night and your San Antonio Spurs have made the playoffs for the 21st season in a row. That's every season since they drafted Tim Duncan back in 1997. This was a season that did not include their star small forward Kawhi Leonard for most of the season due to injury. Let's root for our city as they make a run for their 6th NBA title. Go Spurs, go! Moving on to UIW sports, new head football coach Eric Morris has announced his football staff for the upcoming season. The team also announced the schedule for this upcoming season. The schedule includes 5 home games. The home opener is on September 15th against Stephen F. Austin, Southeastern Louisiana on October 6th, McNeese at home on October 20th, Sam Houston State on November 3rd, and the regular season will end on November 15th at home against North Alabama. On Tuesday, April 10th, the UIW men's tennis team hosted Texas A&M Corpus Christi for an exciting meet. Here's Alejandra with more on the story.
Hi Cardinals, I'm Alejandra Tamayo reporting for UIWtv Sports. Today we're here at the Maverick Tennis Center where the men's tennis are hosting A&M Corpus Christi. Let's go and check it out.
This year has been full of excitements. This is the first time we qualify for the Southland Conference tournament. I'm looking forward to that. All the players are playing wonderful. They're being really good at their matches, doubles, singles. Really proud of them. I think we're going to be able to do well in the tournament, and I hope everything goes as planned.
So since this is our first opportunity to play the conference in D1, we are really excited about that. We're playing today against Corpus Christi, a team that has won that Southland Conference many times, and we feel confident, and as you can see, we're kind of in the lead. So I feel pretty good about this year, and I think we're going to do good.
UIW men's tennis remains undefeated with a 4-3 win over A&M Corpus Christi. This is Alejandra Tamayo reporting for UIWtv Sports.
The men's tennis team remains undefeated in the Southland Conference. The men and women's last meet before the conference tournament is on Saturday, April 14th here at the Mabry Tennis Center against Abilene Christian. It is also senior day, so go out and support your seniors. Be there at 11 a.m. UIW women's softball hosted Northwestern State for a 3-game series on April 6th and 7th. We go to Emily Esquivel for more on the story.
Hey Cardinals, I'm here at UIW at Game 1 of a 3-game series against Northwestern State. Let's check it out.
The Cardinals were able to come out on top and take the win 4-2 off of RBIs from Monica Flores, Hope Sobolewski, and a 2 RBI triple from Angel Villanueva.
How does it feel winning Game 1 going into a 3-game series?
Well, it's important. The first game is always the most important one, especially against Northwestern State. They were in second place, so for us to get a win, especially the first game of the series, is huge. Hopefully we'll continue that and play another solid game and try to get another win.
I think playing at home gave you an advantage.
Yes, I believe that it gave us an advantage because we know how our field is. We know how the ball bounces off the ground. We know how far the fence is for the outfielders. I know my backstop better than I go anywhere else, and I think that knowing the field better, where it allows us to use our field and win games.
And what is your mindset going into Game 2?
Well, we had a lot of energy in the first game, so I hope that we bring that energy from Game 1 to Game 2. And our sticks, we hit really well, and I feel like we should bring those as well.
I'm Emily Esquivel reporting for UIWtv. Thanks for watching.
Sadly, the softball team lost the remaining 2 games of the series. The team plays a home series against Abilene Christian from April 13th to the 14th. The men's baseball team is on a hot streak, winning their last 3 series and sweeping conference rival Stephen F. Austin. The Cardinals played again on Tuesday, April 10th against Prairie View A&M. Let's go to Megan Lazaga, who is at the game.
Hey Cardinals, Megan Lazaga reporting for UIWtv Sports. We're here at Sullivan Stadium. We're going to be watching the Cardinals baseball team take on the Prairie View Panthers. Let's go, Cards! Hey Cardinals, well, I'm here with Eddie Gonzalez, who had a perfect 5 for 5. That's got to be feeling really good.
Oh yeah, definitely feels good. Put a lot of work in there before going out there and play, and it's good when games like that happen.
That's awesome. And 31-2, y'all definitely put on a clinic out there. How did y'all, what did you do to prepare for something like this?
We were just trying to have good at-bats, honestly, and play good defense. Defensively, we didn't play our best today, but we definitely showed up with our bats today, so that's what it's all about.
I'm here with Patrick Hallmark. He's the coach for the Cardinals. What were your overall thoughts about the game?
Well, it was a good game. I mean, we scored a lot of runs and kept them from scoring a lot of runs. So, I was pleased. Obviously, when you score 30-something runs, it's hard not to be pleased. But we got a big series this weekend, and we got to keep playing well.
Well, the Cardinals put on a clinic today, 31-2, fantastic game. Come out and support them Friday. They're playing against Nichols. It's going to be another great game. Thank you, guys.
Wow, the team won 31-2. Great job, guys. UIW's synchronized swimming team traveled to Oro Valley, Arizona on the 27th of March to compete at U.S. Collegiate Nationals. In the element competition, senior Bia Hegley and sophomore Becca Barlow took second in A elements and B elements, respectively. Camille Guerre had an amazing performance in solo, placing 3rd in the nation. Overall, UIW took 4th behind Ohio State University, Stanford, and Lindenwood University. Men and women's golf will soon begin to compete in the Southland Conference Championships. The women's team will begin their competition on the 16th until the 18th, and the men's tournament will begin on Monday, April 23rd, and will end on the 25th. Both tournaments will take place in Montgomery, Texas. Good luck to both teams. Also coming up, the UIW men and women's track and field team will host their 8th annual UIW Invitational here at Benson Stadium. The meet will begin tomorrow, April 13th, and will end the next day. Let's root for our track team as they compete here at home. That's all we have for you today for UIW Sports News. I'm Kathleen Sundin. Until next time, let's go Cards!
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our technical skills, our math, our engineering skills. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills. You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Thanks for tuning in to our broadcast today. Keep up with us at with what's going on at UIWtv by following our Instagram and Twitter and liking us on Facebook.
Be sure to tune in 2 weeks from now to watch our next live broadcast. I'm Brianna Medina.
And I'm Nina Leyva.
Signing off.